in a season of like learning a new side of myself as a partner, in relationship, living with somebody. You kind of see different sides of yourself.
Yeah.
Um, triggers.
Triggers is a big one.
Oh yeah, triggers, and just kind of like learning myself in a new space.
Yeah. Like seasons are crazy. Right now we're in fall and I'm already sick. I'm just looking at like how just it was just summer like 2 days ago. And then as soon as fall hits I'm sick. But you know,
But that happens though. As soon as seasons change, there's like a bodily reaction. Ooh. There's a response to the season changing. And I just feel like, I mean, we can't make summer stay.
true.
Right?
I was just in t-shirts. Now I'm in hoodie and a hat. I'm freezing right now. I don't have COVID though, but you might have to get tested after this. Nah, but when I think about seasons, like I was just saying to you earlier that I don't know if I'm in victory right now or if I'm in like warfare, and I just feel like it's hard to discern things like that. Even in terms of like what I'm trying to do in creativity and building business, and it's very hard, to just stay focused. There's a lot going on right now.
Yeah. A lot going on.
Like I know, like, people are just, especially creatives right now, are just thinking about that the holidays are coming up, then it's the new year, then it's a whole new year, then it's a whole new season, then a whole new thing, and a whole new, like, it's like, how do we navigate, what's happening right now? How do we stay in the present? And I think that's a big issue.
Yeah. How do you stay in the present? Like, instead of keep on looking towards the next season, like embracing the season that's here now, and like kind of like, I don't want to say make a plan for it, but like being aware. I guess staying in that awareness of like, okay, this is what's happening. Like even with you talking about warfare or victory, like it's probably, you probably have to ask those questions. Like what does victory feel like? What does warfare feel like? And then you could kind of get those answers for this moment.
And like sometimes you don't even know what peace feels like. What if you're in a season of peace? And it's like so uncommon for you because you're always busy. That what if like you're just in a season of peace where nothing's really going on, like, and peace that comes from God is like it passes your understanding. And maybe like it's just that season of rest, and when you're given this season of rest, like maybe it means like not to go like that hard, be grinding, just just because it feels like nothing is happening.
And that's hard for some people. It's like I'm supposed to be doing something. I'm supposed to be moving around, like especially if that's your day to day. Like even on a Saturday, I don't have any work. I wake up, I'm like I should be doing something right now. I don't know why.
Yep.
It's so painful to just sit still. And that is something that I'm working on in this time too. Like maybe this is a season to like have moments of rest.
Yeah. Maybe with like the season changing, it's like a reset. Another reset.
Yeah.
Like a lot of things that were just revealed to me recently, just is launching me on a whole nother path. And like maybe instead of just like going full force for like after it, maybe like it's time to just settle down and like plan.
Yeah.
You know, just plan for your next moves instead of just like chasing after it and striving after it and just going crazy.
Yo. I'm telling you, like, man, this season is crazy though.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie. I'm like for the past 2-3 weeks, like you could feel the shift. And then you go outside and you see the leaves falling. I'm like,
yeah,
this is really all happening at the same time. Like the universe is responding, nature is responding, everything is responding. It's like, wow. Like just to be aware of that and seeing it physically, and then stuff is happening on the inside of me. I'm just like, whoa. I need to like write this down. I need to process everything that's going on. So I like what you said as far as even just planning, but with the planning is like, you know, processing what's really happening.
Yeah.
Because I think in that moment of like really sitting down, thinking, planning, processing, then you get those answers. Like, am I moving? Like, or am I like stagnant? Am I in victory or am I in warfare? And then you will know after that how to respond. Do I need to go in some prayer and fasting? Do I need to be rejoicing right now?
It's true.
That's such a contrasting like idea of warfare and victory.
I know.
That's crazy.
It's like, where am I really? Like, I know I want some battles, but then like I'm not necessarily where I want to be. So like in those periods of like resetting and replanning, it's like, okay, like, am I in a battle right now? Like, you know, you have to discern like where you really are, and what it is, like you said, you need to be doing, whether it's using your spiritual weapons, which is like prayer and fasting and stuff like that. And I feel like, you know, even in those seasons of resetting and planning and stuff, like you should be in prayer, like you should be like putting God first, you know, in your plans and what you're trying to accomplish, you know, for this season and for the next season and what you want to see happen.
And what God is saying.
Yeah.
And how he's leading you.
Yeah.
So important.
It's scary.
Scary?
It's scary but exciting.
Yeah. I mean, I don't feel like at this point in my life that I can really make moves without God.
Yeah.
It's just...
I know you were saying that you were telling like your husband that you need to plan. Can you tell me more about that?
About planning?
Yeah, like what do you plan on doing? Like,
oh, so like, you know, sometimes we say like, oh, you know, God is gonna do it. God's gonna fix it, and it's kind of like these cliche things, and it's like, okay, but I think God has given us the wisdom to actually sit down with him and say, okay, step 1, step 2, step 3, write the vision and make it plain so that we can see God work it through. Because sometimes we don't even know what we're asking God for. Like, God's going to work it out.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, let's be specific in this season to really say, okay, God, this is what's happening. This is what I need. And this is how I know my prayer actually got answered.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's like, you know, some things may happen, but that may not even be what God is going to do for you.
Yeah. Sometimes
we settle for, like, oh, you know, something happened, but it's not necessarily what God is really trying to do. Yeah. So, being specific and intentional with your planning and prayer.
That's good. You know, I feel like for my next, like, this made me want to pray right now. Like, I just want to hear God say something. Yeah. I just want to hear him say, like, do this, do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I feel like recently I've been getting a lot of that. And like I'm like no, like every time he says something though, I'm like it hurts because it's like painful because it's stretching me,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like I'm doing things that I never saw myself doing, you know, and you know it's hard to handle, but going back to the foundations of prayer and fasting and just doing those things
To kill your flesh.
to kill my flesh.
Yes. Because you're talking about stuff that you never saw yourself doing, but God knows the original plan of us.
Yeah.
Before we were even formed in our mother's womb. He already knew. So it's really God revealing you to you.
Yeah. So how do you think we could wrap this up?
I mean, we could wrap it up with just being intentional in this season to be aware that seasons are changing. The world is responding. The universe is responding. Everything around you is responding. How are you responding to the season? Don't ignore it.
Yeah.
But really getting into your prayer closet and asking God, like, you know, what is He requiring? What is He requiring of you in this time?
In this season.
In this season.
Yeah.
Right? And with that, you can plan, prepare, and see what God's going to do through you.
And on that note, we're ending this